What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of my Warhammer Total War playthrough. I've been recording in sessions of four rather, and this is the third session. So I suggest this is the 12th episode. And I'll tell you what, guys, I was really beginning to feel the pressure and the stress in the sort of previous episodes. But we actually, believe it or not, even though regrettably, I think if I would have done something different, what I would have done is sent one of our two, probably Marcus, and a much lesser experienced general up to the north, so that that way the less experienced general could follow around Marcus the Looter and just get some experience, whereas I would have felt much more comfortable with the Emperor and many of his higher level agents here on the main front line. But with that being said, even without them, we have managed to stem the tide of chaos at the moment. It seems that way. Nausicaa is really starting to feel the pain and the pressure of us being up there. Wintertooth is not feeling the pain just yet of us harassing them, but we have defeated just about everything they've thrown at us. The same goes for Hellspire Tribe. I think we took a province they had, burnt it down, and eliminated the entire army. So the only other real threat is the Warriors of Chaos, who are now officially weaker than us. And I'm actually trying to begin to take the hunt towards the enemy and really take them out. If we could simultaneously improve economic buildings. Oh, wow, I think his architect bonus is to the entire province. It is. Cool. I will marshal the band. Makes me feel a bit better about building this, even though he's not in the same region, which actually gives the extra 10% reduced cost. But I am going to be investing money into economic buildings, and I'm really looking forward, as it feels safer up here, to begin like colonizing a region like this from the beginning, where we can build each settlement rather up in a nice economic manner. Also looking forward to, if we do faction destroy the chaos, that will actually get rid of these agents. So definitely trying to take the fight towards the enemy. Now, I have noticed that some of the diplomatic actions, people are a little bit more hesitant to actually be friendly with us now, and I think that is actually because we have made such a headache to chaos that these factions are actually feeling a little bit more secure. I keep asking Marienburg to go in against Nordland and take out his capital, which he doesn't seem... There's a French guy over on the west. It got me concerned. I just saw a French guy in our territory. I hope we don't get attacked by somebody that I do not have non-aggression with. Assault garrison successful. Lost. Alright.
Do not waste my potential.
One of our stacks here has a negative modifier to their movement, I think, or it might have been a faction wide.
Very well, I will do this.
Buff. That's unfortunate.
By the
or debuff rather. Let me think. Balthazar Gelt. If we remove him from Oslos, he can now become our Patriarch. So what does that do? Gives the character the title Supreme Patriarch, increasing his mana essentially on the battlefield, and hero recruitment rank to battle wizards in the local province. Sweet. Let's make sure to really optimize that stuff here as we go. Now, out of these three, this is the only other guy we are utilizing. So I actually think, although we could make him a Spy Master, he is going to be our treasurer for now, as it gives us almost 400 every turn. So we have one more slot available. Unfortunately, these lords, although being quite high level, their skills had been so poorly optimized that we're not going to be utilizing them. Really interested to see if we confederate Middenland. How sweet, we just got military access, great. the kind of level that Toddbringer is. Toddbringer is really cool and he's unique, guys. I'm probably going to be keeping Toddbringer regardless of how poorly skilled the AI has done that. Yes! Non-aggression with Avaland. And we're going to continue doing military actions against the factions that he hates because he's also at war with them. So I suggest that we can appease Avaland, and also I suggest that Ulstermark has kind of survived, considering we are defending not only ourselves but also him. He had his capital sacked. He's operating on only 3 provinces. Oh, he keeps colonizing. Cool. He's almost colonized all of eastern Sylvania. He's expanding more and more, which is perfect. We will deploy annex him one day. Now, I was building a whole bunch of halberdiers here to sort out our army composition. And yeah, speaking of army composition, we are really hurt, so let's get back into our own territory, stop suffering this attrition, encamp and stay in the settlement. So this composition looks pretty good, I suggest. Probably some free company militia. We're up to 4. Let's remove some free company militia and put them here.
By the comet. Orders. Praise Sigma.
I'm going to give the Outriders to Volkmar. Because he doesn't have that much cavalry.
Step to it.
And just stack them up with halberdiers. I like the halberdiers against chaos. I think that's a good move.
Now,
these swordsmen and so on, I guess we could just buff up the Emperor, bolster the Emperor's forces.
moving off. Step to it.
Thankfully, with the port here, we can go straight into the settlement without actually losing our movement.
I command here.
Very nice. And our architect, I do want to move him out around and actually help building stuff up. So first, let's go force march him over here to join up with the Emperor. Cool. And by the way, these factions become more and more open to confederation as our supreme might increases more and more and more. Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yes, my lord.
So, Reich Marshal Marcus is going to continue slowly but surely trying to take out Norska.
No, sir.
And speaking of Norska, he has colonized this province again. The blasted guy.
Marshal the bed.
But it is what it is. And yeah, that's going to be it for this turn. I should keep looking for treaties like trade and so on to boost relations with Avaland. But yeah, I'm looking forward to healing these guys up, retraining them, and sending them out to go hunt, I guess, the Chaos. See, what is this guy doing? Bordelex. Leave me alone, guy. Definitely, if we can faction destroy the Chaos, then we could just send 1 or 2 stacks to crusade north and take out this faction. I mean, we're considerably more powerful than them. And I'd probably send my other stack to actually colonize provinces, but I'd be focusing, of course, on different regions to colonize where we could obtain the entire province. Because on this difficulty, especially with the Chaos Corruption and so on, we need the host feast stag. So what I mean, it keeps assaulting my garrison and getting experience from that. Nice technology finish there. What I mean is I would try colonize this entire region, Southern Oblast, whereas I would not, for example, colonize Western Sylvania, because we wouldn't have the entire province. So speaking of this province, I think there are others. I don't know how many. It looks like 1, 2. Could potentially colonize all of that. But Kislev still remains in this province, so I wouldn't colonize this region, if you guys are following me.
It is time. Of course.
Alright. We did lose some of our agents, including some of their items. We lost a warrior priest that was a relatively high level, unfortunately.
battle!
And he did have some items and followers on him, mostly lower tier stuff, I believe.
Moving off!
But we also lost
Summon the Elector Counts.
one of our regiments of renown, the Sons of Sigma, which is an unbreakable,
instrument of
i.e. the
Sigma's
moral
will.
never breaks, swordsman unit.
Yes.
A little bit upsetting, but what can you do? They served us really, really well. So we should probably be looking towards... As we own more and more regions, guys, our army composition is going to be able to be really badass. And I think, for that reason, I'm going to be trying to direct a lot of our technologies to, for example, artillery or great swords and things of that nature that we don't necessarily have. Demigryph Knights is one I really am interested in. So this does +5 armor for great swords, Empire Knights, Reichsguard, Knights of the Blazing Sun, and Demigryph units. In other words, for me, it's going to be Demigryphs and great swords. I don't plan to take too much advantage of the other ones. I'm wondering about... That's what I want. Units +2 experience for Empire Knights, Reichsguard. Yeah, all cavalry. That's what I want. So that when we hire our Demigryphs, they begin with experience. That's what I'm trying to articulate. I'm going to be investing in technology so that when I am ready economically to build the badass units, that they are in fact going to be even more badass, if that makes sense. So public order is doing fine in both of these provinces, and now fine in Talbekland as well. But these are the most upset, so I am going to be moving our Arc Lictor around, trying to manage that. And I guess we should just continue camping and healing up,
My prayer.
and then we're going to muster a huge attack against these fools. Enough dilly-dally, enough talking. Do a little bit of cheeky diplomacy here and there. The military access is really cool with Middenland. I'm not going to be getting defensive alliances. We've made that mistake already. I should... We can confederate him, definitely worth considering. It's the unrest that would be a huge issue. Well, Nordland is actually fairly happy with us because of our actions. Fine, fine. You know what?
I make no promises to my assent.
He's so desperate for peace that we can get all these treaties with him. We can get trade, peace treaty, non-aggression, blah blah blah. Oh, well, we can't get military access, but we can get everything but that. You know what? How about we don't get non-aggression and instead we go for... Hang on a second. Why did this... Let's go for... There. Military access. That's high. There we go. So it's the trade that actually brings it down. Alright, so we've got an everything but trade with him. For the longest time we were actually trying to build relations with him, if you remember. And even though we've been at war with him, he loves the actions against these guys in the north nowadays. So interestingly, if he does survive, then we can be friends with him as well. We actually have a mission to get a defensive or military alliance with him, which we never achieved. But there we go. That is... Oh, not quite. I was about to say that is our turn. It's not quite our turn.
Ulrich's will!
Sometimes this is so monotonous in some ways, guys. I forget if I just ended the turn or just began the turn, you know? I don't know if I'm coming or going. But there we go. Believe it or not, guys, I think 3k is actually not worth our time here. I'm gonna burn that to the ground. Try to actually get some... I think if we look at it from a certain perspective, you know, it would be different if I was desperate for money, but the reality is it's probably worth being turns ahead, building some momentum there at the cost of 3k if we look at it like that.
So,
Alrighty, that is our turn. Yeah, we got Spy Master, but we don't have anybody available to be given the title of Spy Master. So I'm hoping that the cows don't like just come out of the blue here, which they may well do. We've been nothing but victorious, much to my surprise. Nothing but decisive victories, although we did have close victory. What I mean is that nothing too brutal and painful for us to deal with. Okay, this guy's just doing a cheeky maneuver on one of his enemies, perhaps, to come in around the side. It's nice to see that Kislev is still alive. Kislev is not a member of the Empire, though, so in some ways it's better that he didn't exist. I still thought we were under a lot of pressure when I made my decisions to kind of ally him and so on, because I wanted
My glacial majesty Catherine.
I think the only way... so let me explain something to those of you who don't understand really quickly. Any faction can actually vassalize any other faction when they have only one province remaining, if they are of a certain type.
The Empire.
Like, so for example, I don't think I can vassalize a greenskin
Ready.
through warfare. If you conquer the final province of a faction, you can vassalize them, but I think it's only your own kind of, like, race.
On march.
But what's interesting is you can actually diplomatically vassalize a faction regardless, and I have done it before. If Kislev was on the brink of destruction, like if he had no army and his only city was being assaulted, I would expect to be able to actually vassalize him, which is pretty cool. But maybe
Let us begin.
not so achievable. There we go, there you are, that's what I was looking for. Alrighty, these guys are chilling close to each other. That's a little bit intimidating. We're definitely going to have to take the same approach ourselves of chilling close to each other. But I'm wondering, can I make it to the keep here? Not quite. Brass keep. No. But we can bring our architects into the province. I'm definitely focusing economic buildings. I want my economy to boom like crazy, so let's do that. And I'm wondering where else, if we look around. We don't desperately need to build anything in Reichland. I could once again destroy this tap room. We keep flip-flopping on whether I like that or not. Here is another tap room. We need growth is what we need. So we're doing pretty all good. Pretty all good, I would say, with our
What
architects.
does the Emperor bid?
No
Pick up the
big
pace.
deal.
We march. Pick up the pace.
Alrighty. Definitely just focusing on the war front.
I see Sigmar's.
We should continue healing up, really. Let's do it. Just be patient until the Emperor gets nearby. Then I will feel pretty confident. We're not trespassing through Kislev.
What?
It's good. Just spend another turn
This is wise.
healing up.
Approach us, friend. And make
Should be
your
asking for
offer.
that trade agreement. There we go, with Nordland. Now, if Nordland does end up disappearing, Marienburg will not like us for our treaties with him. I mean, he already doesn't like us for our treaties with him, but he will also not like the past treaties. He will not like the fact that we pieced him out, and the treaties, even if he ceased to exist. I did take that into consideration with Marienburg, but the thing is, Marienburg does like our actions against these guys in the north, as he is at war with them as well. So it should be pretty easy at this stage, as we have found out with Averland and Nordland. I mean, Nordland's been bloody at war with us. Oh, finally Marienburg's actually attacking him, isn't he? How ridiculous. Turn after turn, like 10 turns he didn't do anything. And now he's decided to finish him off when I finally... Wow. Oh, wow. Negative event here. Oh, okay, they're not too bad to repair. That's alright. Not that highly damaged. Negative event
Yes,
that
my
damaged all of our buildings. Cheeky little event.
Who calls?
Actually bring our...
Step to it. Yes, my lord.
These are basically our
Now-
two governors, eh? Let's see if we can have any... We've been using them for war. Let's see if we have any governor type stuff. I think, yeah, vampiric reduction at this stage in chaos corruption is good. Go for some campaign movement range.
On it. To battle. The nation calls.
Alrighty, we're mostly healed up.
Sigmar
I think
be
it's time to...
praised.
Ah, poor Ostermark. Lost his capital. No!
I am ready. Are you?
We must go bail them out of this mess. What I want to do, if possible, is to stand outside of
Step
our
to it.
province and in the enemy provinces
My knowledge is
in
yours.
order to start
Sigmar
sorting out the
guides my
chaos
steps.
corruption.
I command here.
Especially this stack with the agents, I think has pretty good
Move! Moving off.
chaos corruption, so we can see the change here. It is changing by -5.
Sigmar, grant me strength.
And this is, of course, without our Arc Lictor. Our Arc Lictor we're using as
Sigmar
a
has shown us the
governor,
path.
but he has the most conversion strength, I think.
Yes? Right.
Let's go take these guys out before they recruit more. That's where I'm focusing, just walking around, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Heldenhammer!
Whoa, why'd you go that way? Oh, because he's blocking our path, I see. It's
Yes. A sound plan.
It's going to be worth it in the end. But the Empire's looking pretty nice, guys. Finally, geographically, we are one of the stronger looking factions, and it's only going to get better and better. So that's cool. Let's see if we can take these chaos rats out and bring order back to the world. And of course the Empire. Tempted to put this on fast, but the thing is, I want this to go fast, but what happens is when it's on fast is your agents move like instantly. You can't cancel their movement. I'm wondering if there's a way to turn it on fast at the end of the turn, but
Many call me Emperor.
join war against Northern. Sorry, man. I will get treachery if I do that. I'd like it to be on fast while we watch the AI and then turn it off each time, but... Military alliance. I would actually give you a military alliance. A military alliance means that we'd back him in his offensive wars, guys, which... that's suicidal. Because soon, there's going to be no targets in the north for him to fight, and he's probably going to hate like Marienburg or somebody who neighbors him. I would probably do it if you could ultimately protectorate. Cool. That's a nice little trait. Severe. Income from local province. I'd really like those
Blessings of
domestic
Sigmar
ones to be
upon
on
you.
our dedicated governors. Right now, Marcus is all the way up here. That doesn't really serve much. That
As you
public
say,
order. It's a
sir.
nice trait. I saw him trying to ambush us. I think... oh man, it would suck if we die here. I think we can just fight him. Yep. Get wrecked. Marcus is too much of a badass. This was, of course, our original lord,
To the provinces.
which got me excited
It is for the best.
with his blood feud trait. Oh, look at all his traits. It's so sweet. He's got really good equipment. He's pretty much our second best lord. This magic item drop chance, I don't like that. Let's give him something better. Attrition is appropriate for him, for sure. Surgeon's appropriate. Chaos Corruption is actually pretty irrelevant up here. Ambush defense chance. I don't think we're going to be dealing with too many ambushes. I want to give him stuff to really make him quite strong. A little bit stronger in combat. Oh man. I guess he's gunning it for... We don't have vision on these chaos units, and that's bad.
Summon me.
That's bad. Let's go.
On
Find them.
march.
By the way, the chaos increases massively when they actually burn down a settlement. Ah, this is stressing me out, dude. We're suffering attrition. I've got no idea where they are.
The righteous hammer of Sigmar.
We must find
Who
them.
calls? Pick up the pace. Onwards. Moving off.
Especially before they eliminate members of the Empire. How dare you, sir?
Following Sigmar's path.
My thought process is that we can see around here. What the hell just happened? Okay. We can see around here. I feel safe here. We're standing out away from our settlement, so I feel safe. There's no buildings up here. So my thought process is that he's gunning it down here. Oh, just found him again.
Who calls?
Yep. So hopefully we can catch up to
orders
him
are
using
to
this
move.
method, or
Indeed.
we're not healing that much.
It shall be
This
done.
is the solution.
Do not waste my potential.
Gotta be careful not to raid Ostmark's land, but this is the solution. We're relatively high health. Let's go into the sieging mode. That's the solution, and we'll have better movement next turn. So I'm really looking at our unrest, guys. Oh wow, this province is mad as hell.
Who calls? On march!
Characters? Negative 23? Are we raiding our own territory? We
By the
are.
comet, let us begin. Affirmative.
Okay. I didn't realize we were
Very
raiding our own
well. I'll
territory.
move.
Are we good? Okay, that's better. Bolstered up there a little bit. Alright, we can stand in our own territory. I'm nervous that he can reach us here. Let's force march a bit.
Move.
So we don't suffer attrition, we actually heal in our own territory. So that's, you know what?
Sigmar be praised.
That's exactly what we should be doing,
I
you dummy.
am ready.
Let's just get there.
Are you?
Fine.
Let's just force march everybody.
Step
Come
to
stand
it.
here. It's the perfect compromise. Heal up, get as close as possible. Let's go.
Step to it.
What I was going to say is I'm interested to see how our public order is doing,
Step to it! I will marshal the men.
because of the fact that, yeah, this is only just stable.
What does the Emperor bid? This will bolster the
Sort
nation.
that out. If we can sort out our public order, then... Oh wow, this is actually at
Yes, my lord.
positive 85 though. The public order is so good here. Sweet.
Praise
If we
Sigmar.
can sort out our public order, then I could do another confederation. I think that relations are high enough, maybe with the exception of Aberland, to where we could confederate another faction, and my goal would be actually Middenland. I really want Boris, but I just don't think that in any way Middenland is a liability. It's in no way vulnerable or anything like that. It would be nice to just get a whole nother province there. Okay, I think he might have, Norska might have placed a little cheeky ambush. He disappeared over here. And Kislev actually taking the fight to the enemy. Get wrecked, you damn guys. That is the style of the Empire. Oh! Marienburg finally bloody fully annexes the guy. That's just mind-blowing to me. As soon as I decide to just peace out, he's like, yep, you're dead. I was asking him to kill him the whole time. Oh well, I guess we failed our Reichland and the Runefang mission. Thankfully, somebody told me that somebody told me in a comment that it's a quest mission for the chain is a quest for a magical item, but Karl Franz actually has a better magical item from another quest chain apparently.
The
So,
nation calls.
speaking of the quest chains, I haven't been even like focusing very much at all on even completing any objectives. So you guys will have to forgive me for that. I've been more worried about just survival. For me, I have a personal objective of get rid of these chaos bastards. Nice, so we're not actually suffering attrition because the corruption is not over 50%.
Let us begin.
So
Follow me.
if we move each of our lords in here, it should be reducing, right? It seems to be like it's completely stable. Either way,
Moving.
let's just get right up in his grill. As long as we stay together, you know what? Let's just force march everybody.
Sigmar's will.
Yes. To
Marching
unite the
does actually make you a little bit tired, guys, if you are to participate in combat, and you cannot actually attack, for those of you who don't realize. You can't engage.
I am the
But I want to get
supreme
right up in his grill, so if he does any movement, such as... Nice, there are walls here. Such as assault this town, we're ready to respond. You know what? Stop
Do
it.
not waste
I actually
my
want to
potential.
also, if possible,
It is best
kind
to
of...
move.
We have to be in reinforcement range of each other though, Monk. Don't mess this up. I was going to say distribute our units in a way. Yeah, we have to be in reinforcement range. Let's go here.
Moving out.
To where I can hit him no matter where he goes, but gotta remember that he could hit us. Don't go crazy. Don't be going crazy.
Empire
Let's build up the tap room here.
to the provinces.
Trying to sort out our public order a bit so that we can do some nice confederation while we're quite
I will marshal the
injured here, and there are a lot of threats around us. I'm wondering, are these two at war with each other? No. Oh, but he does not have units. I saw an army of his somewhere. I wonder how they died. One of his units got wrecked because he has no soldiers. Interesting. But he's not at war with anybody. It's weird. Maybe he peaced out. Or was that the guy I bet? Yeah, no, I'm having a dumb moment. We just took out their army, but Norska has another army. I thought the Norska army that was moving around was actually his army, but it's not.
Pick up the
I
pace.
think we're okay against Norska though. I don't want to walk into his ambush, but I do want to creep up closer to here. We'll take a defensive battle, our odds will be better. And let's continue on. I really want to deal with this. At least this episode, guys. I feel like the game was pretty nice and sort of decisive and moving along in the earlier episodes. And a little bit more of sort of dragging my feet here. But it will be nice and satisfying. I mean, in these more recent episodes. It'll be really satisfying if we can eliminate some of these factions rather than just walking around doing stuff. And move on to more grand things. Once there is order within the Empire. Nordland is officially dead by the looks of things. I should have cancelled my treaties with him.
All I ever want.
That's my mistake. He wants a defensive alliance. Sorry dude, the reason I'm not going to get defensive alliance with you is because you might be attacked by Marienburg or something stupid, and then the person who I don't back up is going to despise me. Similar situation with you, Kislev, with your military access. Military alliance, rather. Looks like Reichland is at 100 public water. Yep, Nordland is destroyed. Mission aborted. Deploy a battle wizard in the following province. Nordland. Ooh. That is something we can complete if we had a bloody wizard available. He's busy on the battlefront here. Speaking of the battlefront, the Chaos did not
As you say, sir.
decide to rickety run away from us. What I want to do here is make sure that our army composition is good on the Emperor.
Watches over me.
So let's switch out the swordsman for halberdiers. It's got decent ranged. Some outriders are pretty cool unit. They're a missile cavalry. I like them. Could do with some siege. We got no siege on the Emperor's stack. And we could do with a great sword unit as well. Nice sort of elite unit. Let's do that.
Beyond your comprehension.
So, we should be able to lightning strike this guy. Oh wow, what the? That's so strong. I'm really impressed at how strong they are. All right. We're definitely not going to be doing this then, exactly. The Emperor just isn't up to scratch apparently, so the move is definitely going to be to just bring everybody in range.
The wicked flee before me.
On
Bring
march.
everybody in range. We got 3 stacks, he only has 2. Surely, okay, that's a bit better. Jeez, man, these guys are strong. The rank 12, dude. Whew, I'm surprised that our odds are not the best. But it looks definitively in our favor. Phew. Stressing me out, dude. Imagine if, like, the game just decided to screw me there. Like, that would be the end of the world, basically. This is pretty much, with the exception of Marcus, this is like all of our units. Smooth Talker, income from trade. Income from trade, 10% trade agreement tariffs. Just straight up. Sweet. That's good, man.
I command here.
You know what just occurred to me? Nice, let's make him unbreakable there. Level 23. Karl Franz. A lot of, including Karl Franz, a lot of them actually had likes chaos. Do you remember that? I think like 3 dudes within his stack, these agents, they all got likes chaos a few episodes back. Really randomly, and that was quite upsetting. I completely forgot about that, but...
I am ready. Are you?
May have something to do with our odds not being so good here.
No peace, just war.
That looks like better odds. Hoping that we didn't. Okay, our halberdier's fine. Trying to look at the lost casualties there. Yeah, just a halberdier, no problem.
Move.
Great. Faction destroyed, Warriors of Chaos. The dream. That was weird. I think that was his faction leader. I think they've changed the game. I'm starting to get nervous now, because there's been a lot of changes. Like, these tribes were very different when I last played. Oh wow, look at that, we can actually engage in diplomacy with them now. This one we always could.
My warhounds haven't eaten.
But now that chaos has disappeared. Still, what I was trying to say is this game is stressing me out. Because
Blessings of Sigmar
there was no
Let us begin.
ever chosen evil man faction leader. I'm worried that there's going to be like a second incoming of chaos or something. But nonetheless, there's no way that could have been a bad thing, right? Awesome. We bloody well survived. I feel like we survived. So the question is, what are we going to do? I'm going to use one of these stacks to colonize like Southern Oblast, these 3 provinces, to bolster the strength of the Empire.
Do not waste
Sweet,
my
looking forward to
attention.
that. And
The righteous hammer of Sigmar. Sigmar, grant me strength.
a halberdier, we lost a halberdier, so why not? Let's put another halberdier there.
Onwards.
And then begin, this is the guy we'll use to
This
colonize.
is wise.
Begin colonizing,
Sigmar watches over me.
sorting out
The nation
the
calls.
corruption a little bit with our presence.
Make haste, men.
And these
It is
2 stacks,
time.
we definitely need to replenish our troops, but I'm going to take them up to eradicate all activity in the north. Looking at our public order, there are no longer those agents, and the chaos corruption should be sorting itself out, looking much better. Great. Really, really good. Excellent. Let's build a tavern here. I'm going to trade these 2
Empire.
locations. There's 7. Alright.
The
Now what I
Empire.
plan to do is confederate,
march.
but it'll be interesting to
What does
see
the Emperor bid?
how open these guys are
Approach
to
us,
still
friend.
moderate. Still moderate. We are getting stronger
Yes.
and stronger, but I
Praise
also...
Sigmar.
Oh, builder. Cool. So he's going down the architect route as well. He just got the trait builder. Excellent.
Praise
Kind of
Sigmar.
like our
It is
2
for the
governors
best.
are both getting more and more badass. Norsca, let's
To the
ignore him for
provinces.
now. Just walk up this way for now. Go for his buildings.
Of course.
Yeah, so the crusade into the north truly commences, and Marienburg is the perfect nation for us to
Approach us,
federate, but at the moment he's even slightly stronger than we are. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces under his control. Very nice. Now he loves each of these guys, so it looks like there's going to be no more expanding outside of the Empire. Speaking of these guys,
Bow before the right.
I should probably be trying to grab a non-aggression with Bastogne. Because he
Sigmar's
technically...
will.
Check it out, dude. Everybody's loving us, guys. I love it. Averland loves us. Wishing him the best of luck to continue colonizing these areas out here. Yeah, I should be looking for relations with Bastogne, because technically he could attack us, and he is not at war with all of those guys, so let's do a quick cheeky gift. Hopefully he's not too wealthy. Ugh. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'm spending a lot of money there on that, but it's worth it. I mean, imagine if we got attacked by him. I don't have any units there. It would cost more than 4k to muster troops to deal with that, so let's just play it safe. Ooh, I'm wondering if we can protectorate Kislev if he feels the pressure from Wintertooth, whatever the hell their name is. This is so great though. I'm really enjoying this. I felt like I mean, this game is so hard. Do you guys realize? Oh, look, he is just abandoning ship. Interesting. Do you guys realize how close we came to basically being GG'd? Like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have given up or anything, but imagine if we lost two of our the only stacks that were in position to defend. Man, that would have been rough. And I mean, so to my surprise, we did all right. Hey, and mission here, have 3 of any following units: Flagellants, the Tattersall Flagellants, in the following Lord's army. Okay, we need to. The Doom Tide. The Chaos Horde has poured in. Yeah. The old world has survived the onslaught, yet now another wave rolls forth across. What? From the Crested Chaos Waste. What? No. Say what? They're alive. What? How do you... Are they just always alive? Or is there a second...
Bring me to my men.
Okay, well, I'm taking a break here, guys, in real life after this episode. Because, I've just recorded 4 episodes back to back. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to continue updating. You guys won't feel it.
That will work.
But feel free. In fact, by the time you reach this episode, I will probably continue playing, actually, now I think about it.
Yes.
Change of plans, I guess. Why don't we colonize this region, then? And just try to hold them here. Hold them in Kislev. There will be walls there.
So,
Uh...
on it.
I was going to say
Go
something,
where
but
winds howl.
I think I done forgot, guys. I think I done forgot.
Ready.
This is unexpected. I think I was going to say just spoil the crap out of this if you want for me.
Sigma
I'll
has
probably
shown us
already
the
have
path.
continued on and be playing onwards.
Pick up the
But
pace.
consider just spoiling the
The
crap out of this for me.
instrument of
I'm actually going to
Sigma's
be a bit disappointed if the chaos
I
just
go
infinitely
in his
spawns
name.
like other, you know, like
As you say,
nomadic factions do. That would be pretty lame, I
Sigma
think.
compels us on.
I hope that's not the case. I've never progressed really further than the situation we're in now. I think if I eliminated these factions, if he just kept spawning out here, we could actually manage to just stem the tide of them kind of infinitely. Have like 2 stacks there. I mean, we could afford that as we become more and more powerful. But I'm going to be optimistic that the game design isn't really dumb and they just keep spawning back to back to back. The faction leader was not there, right? So he's probably there now after that event. Chaos just keeps coming, eh? And unfortunately, that means, because the really nice thing about faction destroying them is that their agents were not around. They now have agents again, although I don't see them in our own territory, which is good. If they don't have agents that are harassing the heck out of us, I'm definitely going to consider confederating with another nation. I want to see, can I see Boris?
By the comet.
Got a rank 1 and rank 3. There's Boris there. So he's rank 9. Fairly highly ranked. He's got a barbed warhorse. So I can tell his skill order is pretty dumb already, but that's no problem. At least dumb for my taste. I'm not saying that that's not a viable mount or
It is
anything like
good
that.
to see, fellows.
Yeah, so Avelin can confederate. It might be a good move to colonize Western Sylvania and then confederate him. Same goes for Vessenland. Bastogne, I should be looking for the non-aggression each turn. Just grab a cheeky non-aggression. But let's continue on, doing another turn. We're up to 108 turns. This game's really getting in there. And there's plenty more to go, right? We don't even have half of the Empire under our control, I would say. Let's turn this on fast here. Just try to turn it off as it gets near to the end. Also, I think I remember a Chaos Nomadic faction spawning when I played this like quite some time ago. I don't see them yet. Oh no. I think they've changed things up, guys, to where there's a few.
Sigma's right.
It's a little bit different, I think, and
To strengthen the
it may be that we're just gonna have to keep, like, there's gonna be a few stages, you know? That may be how it is. But I'll tell you what, that was a huge victory, faction destroying them. Like, their agents are not all over my land harassing me, so I feel much better about that.
I will marshal the men.
Yes, my lord.
Public order is not good enough
Now,
for the Confederation.
Fine.
blessings of Sigmar upon you.
I'm trying to think, is it dumb?
The nation calls.
The righteous hammer of Sigmar. Praise Sigmar.
I don't think it's dumb to colonize these. I'm trying to think if it is. I don't think it is. We'll be able to colonize that next turn. I can actually
see no
colonize
other
this
option.
this turn.
I am Franz.
Nice.
They
Public
will
order's
obey.
fine here. So, this is what I plan to do. We should bring our engineer
What does the Emperor bid?
out to this region to build everything up.
Let us move.
And he also does the old fervent and stuff, sorting out this chaos corruption.
Ready.
And Balthazar is going to be able to colonize that next turn, but let's put him in our own
Not while
territory.
more sleep hangs in the sky. Moving off.
Oh. I'm surprised that he's suffering attrition in our own territory. I didn't realize that was the case. That's brutal. Wow. Okay. Because of the chaos. Yep, so next turn I'm going to try colonize both of these, and yeah, build this region up nice and quickly. I'm looking forward to it, guys, and I want to continue to hold. They spawned last turn, so worst case scenario, they're like here. Even at a low level, Kislev will have walls because it's a
Yes.
primary town. But each of our stacks are going to be located and ready to kind of defend against that. So does this guy have his turn? No, we did that this turn. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. We did something. We did something, and I mean, there's no way that it was a bad move because look how nice and happy everybody is. I love it. There's no way it was a bad move because it got rid of all those agents that were harassing our lands. Feeling good about it without a doubt.
You may speak before my shield.
The faction destroyage of the chaos. Unfortunately, they're up and running like it's no big deal.
These lands are ours.
But it
by
was
the
from
right.
an event, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm in unknown territory. I haven't experienced this part of the game. I've played the early game out sort of multiple times, you know. But it's going to be really interesting to see to start confederating these guys. I mean, both Averland and Marienburg are both quite powerful. But Marienburg and Averland in particular has the ability to really become a beast here, given enough time. The poor guy has just been fighting war after war after war, though. He's a little bit war-ravaged. Wow, Ostermark has finally colonized all of Eastern Sylvania. That's really cool to see also.
By Sigma's will,
And I'm
come
really
in
looking
peace.
forward to this guy recolonizing Ostermark, his capital, and maybe Western Sylvania as well, confederating him. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Thanks for watching, guys. I know that this doesn't get that much viewership or whatever, but, you know, every now and then I'm just going to record a series like this that I enjoy doing myself, and, you know, I might as well record it instead of just play it out. And thanks those of you who have been here, and we'll see how things go in the next episode.